Okay, so we're going to begin this week's live. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. To those of you who are watching the replay, I hope that this one will be useful for you. We are just approaching the holidays right now, and oh my God, it's a shit show out there. Wherever you are, I hope that you will be able to find these little moments with your friends, your family, to bring greater connection. And this live is all about helping you do that. So I've got a little practice, a tantric practice that I'm going to introduce to you today that will help bring a little bit more meaning to your gatherings, to your dinners, help it be a little bit more remembered. And I'll model for you this right now and why that would be the case. So I can come on a live like this, right? I can have my notes, I could decide what I'm going to say, I could say one thing after the other, make sure I've hit all the points, speak very clearly and very loudly, and it could be fine, right? Or another option is I could drop into my body by breathing. Maybe massaging my neck, my shoulders, really getting into sensation. And it adds a little something different to the conversation. I don't know if you've noticed, but just the shift from how I was speaking before to now changes. My voice is maybe a little bit lower. I'm speaking slowly. And there's an increased connection that takes place. So as I connect more to my body and go deeper, it becomes an invitation for you to do the same. It's like I'm giving the permission slip for you to go deeper and for you to enjoy and to be more connected. So as your nervous system recognizes that my nervous system has calmed down, has gone to a more slow, relaxed, grounded place, it's like it tells our whole body, oh, it's safe here. Oh, I can relax now. There is no danger. I don't have to put up any kind of protection or preventative anything. It's a safe place. It allows deeper connection. It allows greater, deeper conversation. And so this is exactly what I'm inviting you to bring into your gatherings and your dinner this holiday. And we're going to do that by getting into our five senses. So there is nothing more that can cause a more rapid shift into the body than starting to get really connected to each of our five senses, one after the other. So you can use this as a meditative practice. When you get all in your head, when you feel like you're overthinking things, drop what you're doing and just get into your five senses. Even if you don't have anything with you, like what am I seeing? What am I hearing? What am I feeling or touching with my hands? What am I tasting? What am I smelling, etc.? It's a great way to really drop into your body. So for those of you who saw the call from last week, the live from last week, I brought up some research around what people across the board, both men and women, considered and remembered as being good sex. And those qualities included three things. One of them was a total absorption in the moment. One of them was a depth of connection with the partner. And one of them is an openness to take increased emotional risk. And this is the exact same invitation that I'm going to ask for you in your dinners. So we're not looking to create necessarily a good sex environment, but you can create that similar good connection and memorable experience in your dinners and your holiday gatherings, or any other really. I'm just doing it for the holidays now because that's relevant, but you can do it at any time by dropping into the body and inviting everyone to get into their sensation and into their sensuality. You want to try? So if any of you would like to do this with me, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes here. I've brought some orange pieces and chocolate, and we're going to eat it sensually together so that you can have the experience with me. So if you would like to do this with me, feel free to go grab something in your house that you have really quickly, a piece of food, anything interesting that you enjoy, and that way you can get to come and do this with me. If you're watching the replay, you can press pause on the video and you can feel free to go and grab a piece of food that you would find interesting to savor and experience for a little moment of time. So I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes to go. Perfect. So I've got my foods ready. I hope that you do as well. And we're going to get right in there. So this tantric practice of the five senses really helps us to be very, very present in the moment, very present in our body and in sensation. So the invitation when you have or host these events is to give people a different experience. I don't know about you, but when I host events, and I really love hosting events, I like to create experiences for people that are memorable. I want them to leave feeling like that was the best fucking thing I've ever done. You don't need to aim that high, but that's like my goal, is that people leave saying that was a really good party, that was a really good event. So I love bringing in concepts that help differ it from other events or gatherings that would take place, like dressing up, for example, like having a lingerie wine tasting or a red and spicy dinner. Or at my birthday at Halloween, the theme was naughty or nice, and everyone got to dress up and be a different identity for a while, and that makes it really fun. And one of the other ways that you can do it is by simply asking people to savor their food, to take it slow, to really appreciate every moment. So this is a simple piece of orange, really not that exciting. It's really just basic. But what we're going to do is just enjoy every sense one after the other and really drop into the sensation. So you can do this with me. So already the texture on my hands, on my fingers, it's like gluey, kind of strange, organic. I can concentrate on the flavor. It's sharp and acidic. I can concentrate on the sounds that my mouth is making as I'm chewing, and it's resonating in my head. I can concentrate on how I feel while I'm eating the orange. The smell, which is very alive and invigorating. Fabulous. And so what does this do in an event? Well, when you do this with people, it drops them into connection out of their head. So instead of having a meeting of the minds in an event, right? Usually we come with ideas, opinions, conversations. We talk about our experiences from our head, from story. This helps us drop into our body, helps us connect more deeply. And so notice when you do this, how the energy shifts in the room. When you ask everyone to drop into their sensation, like a simple piece of chocolate, all of a sudden, you'll notice the conversations will get a little deeper. And depending on how you present it as the host or hostess, you can really create a very sensual experience. So depending on how you invite, if you're very flirtatious and you ask people to really drop into their sensuality, into their sensation, you can get even like an erotic feel in the room. Or if you just want it to be a memorable event, you can just keep it superficial and explain that it's a tantric practice to get very present and in the moment and in our sensation. And that will still give you a depth of conversation. It's like everyone will suddenly drop in and you're like giving them permission to really be in the moment as they are, like this, without having to perform anything or speak of anything intelligent or whatever, just being in sensation. It's a really beautiful practice. It can be done so simple with whatever foods you have on the table. Of course, bringing in some fun elements like chocolate or fruit makes it interesting, but really anything goes. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you will use it And this video is going to end up on IGTV. So feel free to drop comments after the fact on this IGTV to share your experience with me if you try it. And I will respond back and read them and cheer you on for your trials, because this is really fun. And it's so basic and simple, but it's really, really quite impactful. So I will see you same time next week. I don't know what the topic will be. I tend to decide maybe a day or two before. And have a beautiful beginning of your holiday season. I will see you very soon. Ciao.